75, 56 and 112.
What?
And now Jones wants to join the party.
Yeah, good solid shot that was. Always find it a bit fascinating with Jamie's. His line of sight's like way off to the left. As if it's like outside his left eye. Look. Somebody who's pretty central. It's like, it seems crazy that he can actually see the line of the shot when he's cued there.
Well, he's in good company, you know. Not quite that pronounced, well, nowhere near that pronounced, but left-eyed sighting was the thing of Joe Davis, who was the first great snooker player, undefeated world champion from 1927 to 46.
Yep. Yeah, I think Neil is the same, but he's right-eyed, but he's left-handed, so like inside-eyed, you know, say to put it. Yeah. Yeah, it's mad how people sight it, but they can repeat it. It looks right to them, and then they're off. He could go into him. I don't know whether he will or not. He's got a perfect angle if he fancies it. Yeah, he just caught that red off ball. Need to catch it full ball, and the white would have stayed in the middle of the table.
13.
You like that, which is play that shot, that blue, like a stun shot, and it's not. It's a screw shot. We've all got Stephen Hendry to thank for that.
Jamie Jones, 13.
Absolutely, I mean, he was a, you know, truly great player. Yeah, I think most people's minds are made up that Ronnie, you know, is the greatest, but incredible player, and he's in such a short space of time as well. What he won,
Final World Championship, Hendry, at the age of 30.
Yeah, I find that absolutely, that's one of the most banana snooker stat ever. You know, the fact that Trump's 31, so he sort of finishing, as far as World Championship is concerned, he'd finished at the age of 30, and you still see Judders in his prime and got years in front of him. So yeah, incredible start that for me.
15.
You can't argue with facts, but I think I would say that Hendry's the greatest pressure player I think I've ever seen.
I think he's up there.
16.
I think Mark Selby's got a shout as well, to be fair. There's been a few down the years, but yeah, he was just, Hendry was a bully as a player, wasn't he? You know, when he was on top of you, he just wanted to smash it to pieces, and he had that sort of bullish attitude. You hear him speak about the way he thought about his preparation for tournaments. He wanted to go and win, and that's it. I mean, obviously
22.
suited him, obviously worked for him. You could argue in the end it didn't help him, like when his form dropped a little bit, it was hard for him to sort of, he didn't want to make any changes to his game, did he? But no, when he was on his game, he was just horrible.
Of course, I have the great privilege to commentate with Steve. Hates it when players are too pally. That's just anathema to him.
Absolutely, yeah, you hear him talk in interviews, and like you say, he says things like that. He can't get his head around that people are friends on tour. But I mean, it's about personalities. I mean, you know, people like John Higgins, he's everyone's, you know, pal, do you know what I mean? And he's very unassuming and not in any way bullish in his attitude. So you can still be incredible and not be like that. But I think that's how Stephen had to be to get the best out of himself, and well, it worked.
One thing I love about Stephen in his role as a commentator and pundit, I suppose when you've won 7 world titles, you're unimpeachable in terms of your opinion. And whether you agree with him or not, he's very forthright. 44. And I love that. The fact he can say something and have a firm opinion, not be wishy-washy.
Even if he's wrong.
Well, yeah, I prefer him to have an opinion than not.
45.
Absolutely, yeah. He's just an insight into how he thinks, isn't it? You know, and obviously if you just watch him play, that's just how he played. You know, he's like I say, bullied people, and yeah, you know, fascinating.
I think basically what I was trying to say there was, it's better to have
51
the wrong opinion than to have no opinion at all in that role. Anyway, while we're going off-piste, as it were, Barry Hawkins
52.
knocked in a raking red, and now from that, directly from that, should win the frame.
Yeah, I think when somebody's in a position that Barry's in now, it can go one way or the other. It can sort of relieve, the pressure can release and thought, I'm having a crack and having a go at it and end up playing quite well. Or you sometimes can not have that fight, but if he gets it going, you know, he could roll frames bar very quickly.
$59.
So when this frame is over, Michael, I'm going to ask you another question about your career.
I'm scared.
Shouldn't be. It's a very simple question.
65. $66.
Well, I think the frame's over now, so I'll ask the question. You might need to come back in the next frame if he misses this red, but who was your
72.
toughest opponent?
Me. You could argue me, but I think whenever he played Ronnie O'Sullivan,
73.
I think he has that sort of aura about him. Even though there's some obviously amazing players in the game, but it was harder to win against him because it's Ronnie O'Sullivan. But I think Stephen Hendry did have that aura as well. You know, just dominant really.
78.
A lot of players, even great players, will, you know, against them.
Well, that was
Barry
a
Hawkins,
wholesale improvement from
78.
Barry Hawkins.